Hello again. Yes, I have once again created a convoluted set only for an intro. Before any of you say anything, I am perfectly aware of how weird this looks. My printer ran out of the ink, and I think it adds an artistic touch.
I'm too cheap to buy a photo frame, so this is just 4 sheets of A4 paper. I think this adds character though. For those of you in my audience that have only started to be taught long division, this is supposed to be a reference to the Sims 2 Create-A-Sim area. Before I head out, I wanted to get into the Sims 2 aesthetic headspace. To me, the Sims 2 is sort of like a permanent time capsule of the messy Y2K era, back when architecture and personal style was less thought out and had a clumsy but still sort of fashionable charm to it. Lately, I'm trying to get inspired by authentic 2000s media instead of just relying on distilled images on Pinterest. Everything from the hair in this game drawn from the style of Scene Kids, the obscene layering arm accessories, color swatches, and the closet staples you don't see anymore like sleeveless hoodie vests are just so refreshing to me. Avril Lavigne was really big back then, and you can really see how every teen character was styled after her debut era styling with the chunky accessories. I wanted to channel the iconic Sims 2 teen characters today like Johnny Smith or Romeo Monty, but I feel like I'm too high-strung to look like a skater boy in spirit.
I'm gonna go change before I head out because I feel like I can do better than this.
I had this dirty, used fraying hoodie vest in my closet for a while, and I was waiting for an opportunity to wear it. Today's vibe is a caricature of 2000s America, so I decided to head to a fake diner that totally gives you the same feeling as something you'd see in the Sims 2 downtown area, right? Is it weird to romanticize this? I think it's kitsch. The booth we were in even had this vintage jukebox, or at least I think that's what you'd call this. But even though it was plugged in, it wasn't functional, which annoyed me more than it should have been reasonable to. I honestly wasn't hungry, but I ordered a burger because it felt thematically appropriate. I have the constitution of a frail medieval orphan, and my hands are contaminated from subway railings, so I pompously used a fork to eat my sweet potato fries since I forgot my hand sanitizer. I didn't even realize that there was a retro arcade machine next to me, which I was initially excited about, but I was really disappointed to realize it was one of those emulators and not an authentic one from the 2000s. I didn't really know how it worked, so I just mashed buttons until I got to play the original Donkey Kong. It was like 32 degrees Celsius, so my hair looks like a mop here because it's so wet. Ignore it. Next, I decided to go to this really quirky looking boutique that sort of had a dated thrift store vibe. It was cluttered, but in like a fun single uncle's estate sale kind of way, and had this really unique Snoopy meets garage sale kind of vibe. I liked it more than I thought I would. If I were to put it in Sims terms, it would be if I was being too enthusiastic with the buy debug cheat clutter. You know, I was really excited to go to the hat section because there were a ton of Baker Boy caps like the one I was trying to find 2 months ago, but it was the equivalent of like 90 bucks, and that's crazy for a silly little hat. I tried to muster up the courage to go browse at a skate shop for the aesthetic at this really old building with exposed wires, but the front door was locked, and I was kind of relieved because what if the clerk asks me what I'm looking for and assumes that I can skate? Since I came to this out-of-the-way store, I tried to go to 7-Eleven to find a slushie because it also seemed thematically appropriate, but the machines are so rare these days, so I settled for going for bubble tea, which is not really the vibe I wanted. The part-timer didn't even give me sugar or ice level options, but I felt bad for taking too long to decide what to order and just didn't say anything. In defeat, I slumped to the mall where they had a very Sims 2 style alien display, and also, conveniently, some skateboards. I just went window shopping to see if I could find anything I'd like a Baker Boy cap, but all they stocked where I looked were baseball caps, which just don't really do it for me. Not really on theme, but I want to go see the Donguri Republic store, even though I've only seen one Ghibli movie. Not even the ones that people romanticize. Only Ponyo. Vile little creature. There was this super fun little display of hats, and I even tried one on, but I looked kinda stupid and sweaty from the heat, so I won't show you that. Just use your imagination generously. Even though I'm at a retail store inside a mall, they somehow managed to give the place a bit of a cottagecore vibe. The brick veneer, fake plants, and wooden cabinets and tableware set display really ties it together to be quite quaint. There was even another section for display-only skateboards, and the whole place sort of gave a continuation of my Create-A-Sim room from earlier. Though the amount of skateboards today feels like it's taunting me. This is so stupid, but when I filmed this clip, the mannequin scared me because I thought I accidentally filmed the clerk too close. My friend was visiting from out of town and wanted to buy one of the Totoro toys as a souvenir, but had really horrible taste and picked one of the uglier ones despite asking for my superior opinion earlier. Don't you hate it when people do that? The one in the basket looked a bit promising too, but when you lifted it up, it had this creepy spring coming out of its waist and it kind of looked like a creepy cyborg centipede. Anyways, while I was at the mall, I went to the Lego store because one of my commenters suggested that I build a Lego set as an activity to do in my free time because it would be interesting to watch me struggle. But I have basic motor skills and reading comprehension. What are you insinuating, kind viewer? But I digress. I'm actually here to look at some of the Animal Crossing sets, but I got distracted by the super detailed display sculptures and also this scale replica of the streets I was just walking around earlier. Very cool. I always wonder how long it took to build these things, and just as importantly, what they did with them when they switched the displays. Do they just take them apart? What a waste. It makes me anxious, not that I built it or anything, but now I'm invested, you know?
I changed back though because this is a lot more comfortable.
I actually already got the most interesting set they had in Nook's Cranny a few months ago, so I picked this one instead. Captain's Island Boat Tour for ages 6 and up. You guys, I'm not a squirrel. I know how to build this. Please develop a higher opinion of me. I actually haven't built Legos in so long, I think, besides the other Animal Crossing set a few months ago. My last time before that had to be in 2016, I think. I used to be really into this sort of stuff when I was a kid, and I always wanted to build a Lego Death Star since the days where the figures still had yellow skin. But that version is obviously out of print now, and cost aside, it would be kind of depressing for me to build a 40,000 piece set on my desk alone. I'm trying to fill the void when there's nothing visually that interesting going on in front of me. I'm kind of just rambling since I can't stand dead air in my videos. Oh, and you know, my mirror broke after I filmed this video. I already filmed the scenes where I needed it there, so it's not that bad, but I feel like something always goes wrong on filming days. I'm really into super cute stuff like Animal Crossing now, but when I was younger, I was always more into boyish toys like the aforementioned out of reach Death Star when I was younger. And when I was like 9 or something, I really wanted to be an emo kid, and I'd wear like all like fucking badly smudged eyeliner like the cool scene kids I'd see online. So I think my younger self would be really surprised at how mellow I am these days.
Anyways, as always, thank you for watching, and if you've somehow been with me since my first vlog, thank you for watching my 10th video in a row, and hopefully I'll see you soon too. Bye-bye.